If you want to know how to move past your silly thoughts that are currently holding you back from doing the one thing you really want to do that you think would increase your well-being and your happiness, then stay put and listen and look at this video, because I will tell you why we feel discomfort in trying something new, and second, what we can do to pass the thoughts and get moving anyway. Welcome to the series Mental Health Bites. Navigate life, thrive, and have positive impact. If you have a couple of dreams, a couple of things you really would like to do in your life, and you have been thinking about them for a while, but your thoughts always took the better of you, your doubts were stronger than your courage to actually pursue them, then welcome to the club. I think we all humans know that feeling. Yet, I'm encouraging us not to always listen to those inner doubts and voices that are telling you to not do that. Let me give you an example. 1.5 years ago, I looked for a new sports that I could be doing with my son, and he showed some interest in CrossFit. And CrossFit is a pretty tough sport, and I'm a fairly fit person. However, I thought, now that's beyond my league. But that was the one he picked, and I was so desperate after the pandemic to get him moving again that I said, sure, let's try it out. I tell you, when I went there for the first time, I had very loud doubts in my head. I'm too unfit. I'm not strong enough. I'm too old for this. And I just wanted to die when the whole thing started. Yes, it was a tough session, but I survived. 1.5 years later, I promise what happened is I'm part of this CrossFit box. I love it. I love the challenge. I love how it stretches me to my limit. I can leave my aggression there. I think CrossFit is great, and it really has contributed to my well-being and to my mental health and to my happiness, because it's a new thing in my life that I really like doing. My son has not continued doing CrossFit, but that's beside the point. I'm still there, and that's what really matters. So I'm thinking, if that was taking place just because I wanted to do it for somebody else, why didn't I have the guts to do it just for my own sake? And that's why I'm here today talking about this. There is actually a reason behind the madness for us to stay put and not really getting moving, even if we like to do the one thing that we haven't done yet. We have different phases of learning, and we move through these phases back and forth. So if we start something new, we need what it's called to leave the comfort zone. This is the zone of where we know what's going on, we have experience in the field, we have done this, we feel safe and comfortable, and we don't need to stretch ourselves. But the thing is, if you stay always in that zone, life becomes pretty boring because nothing really new happens. So you want to move to the next phase, which is called the growth zone. So in the growth zone, you do experience discomfort. It's part of the parcel, really, of learning, because there's something you have no clue about yet. You're new to this. You might mess up. You might make mistakes. You might look foolish. And all that needs to be overcome first to gain knowledge and learn that new thing. May it be physical or mentally, or a concept, a cognitive concept you want to grasp. You have to be prepared to go through that, what I call discomfort zone, with the growth zone. And then there's another zone that we all know, which is the panic zone, which is when the learning and everything you need to be doing becomes so overwhelming and so beyond your league that you say, I can't stay here. And then you want to escape, and you might. So we know that we have these phases. And I want to give you today 3 tricks on how to move beyond your thoughts, to at least give it a go. Because I promise you one thing, if you always let your doubts and your inner voice win, you will miss out on opportunities that are enriching, that are challenging but fun, and that get you further. And we don't want this. There we go. The first rule, total awkwardness rule. Know that when you venture out, when you leave your place of comfort, you will move into awkwardness. You have been there before. Also know that awkwardness is nothing that stays forever. It might be only a couple of minutes. In fact, with the CrossFit session, as soon as the group had started, I couldn't even think about awkwardness anymore because I needed to do all these different exercises and I tried to stay with it. And I was so busy that I totally forgot. So it was only a couple of minutes, and that is the thing you need to overcome. Knowing that up front helps you to get a bigger picture and perspective to say, hey, okay, I can do this. 3 minutes, half an hour of awkwardness, of shyness because I don't know anyone. I can pass that. So total awkwardness rule. Second rule, start small. Commit to one thing. Okay, if you say, for example, my next move would be I'd like to do salsa dancing, and the doubts are creeping in because I'm a left-handed person, so I always get the wrong foot front first, and can I do this? Will I look awkward? Blah, blah, blah. So how about if I commit, I checked it out now, I commit only to a boot camp that's on a weekend, and that's for total beginners, and it's only one weekend, and I know that everybody there will be new, and I will do it in a part of Berlin that nobody knows me. So this is my way of starting in a small dose. Start in a smaller dose. You can even do it online. You could say, hey, I'm going to start a course online first. But get going. Get to commit yourself to one unit of it. Because that might be all it needs for you to stay put. Because you have that incentive. There is something that wants to do this. So get yourself to do this one unit. So start small. The other thing is you could take a friend along. That helps a lot. But if that's not possible, you start with one unit. Start small. Second one. Now the third one. Be your own cheerleader. You have a little inner talk with yourself. You let all these doubts come up and all these limiting beliefs, because that's what they are. And you look at them, you say, yep, I hear you. Yes, I'm too big for that. I'm too stupid for that. I'm too fat for it. I'm not good enough for it. I'm not smart enough for it. I hear you. And is that actually true? Is that validated? And you will find, no, it's not. And then you put on the other side, if I get started with salsa, for example, and I meet new people there, and I like moving my body, and I like this music, I will have a lot of fun. This is a new thing in my life. And it could be something that enriches my life. Yes, so I paint this picture in very colorful colors to say, yeah, this is what I want because it makes me happier. So I put these two next to each other, and then I go and become my own cheerleader. I say, Elke, listen, these are only doubts. These are only silly thoughts. They are not validated in reality. It's a story that you make up. So get going out of your comfort zone into the discomfort. You can do it. And that helps. So having that vision and knowing that it's only thoughts holding you back might do the trick. I want to leave you with a quote that really helped me over the years when the doubts get the better of me to stay put and to actually do it. And that's from Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. I don't want you to have regrets later because you haven't tried these things that are really dear to you. I want you to go for it. You might fail miserably at the beginning, and that's okay. Explore, dream, discover. Go for it. And once you've done it, leave your story in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I really do. If you want to have more of those little tricks and nifty things, then subscribe to the channel and become part of this community. Take care.